Hi and welcome. My name is Johnny Fergan. I'm from All Total Coaching. What I want to talk to you today is about why do people get into drugs, alcohol, and gambling. But why? But before we start, a book is in print, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You. This will change your life. You have a money back guarantee for 30 days. What is a book all about? It's a guide for men in today's feminized society. This book will guide you by the following: manhood, what is a man, how to be a man, woman, relationships and sex, media manipulation, indoctrination by the movies, health, food and exercise and why it's so important, money, wealth, what you need to know, what you're not taught at school, value, what it is and why it's so important, how to overcome the biggest phenomena of our generation of depression and fear, where 8 people in Australia commit suicide a day. And if it was up to me, I would make or bring a royal commission into it, because so many people are suffering, yet the media are oblivious to it. And if they talk about it, they talk about it once in a blue moon. But everybody in Australia knows somebody directly or indirectly that commits suicide. I know 3 people in that category. Happiness and fulfillment, feminism, the real truth, family court and consequences, false accusations, how to be social and build a great network, social etiquette, keep out how to maintain your relationships, some of the rules that will save your life, sources and resources. So today we'll talk about a topic I don't think many people have touched on. Why do people get into drugs, alcohol, gambling, and so all sorts of bad addictions that in the long run actually harm themselves? We have a problem in society where very few people talk about it. We've been taught about a history of Alexander the Great. We talk about mathematics. We talk about all sorts of things that we study at school. But nobody has taught us 2 skills that are the most important and nobody talks about them. And here they are. Number 1, how to handle problems and crises. Because all of us at one stage or another has to go for a crisis, or will go for a crisis, not because we want to, because that's what we call reality in life. And the second is how to have social skills. And because of those 2 reasons I just mentioned, people turn to alcohol, drugs, and gambling, or other addictions. So today I will give you some solutions that I talk in my book, How to Handle Problems and How to Become Social. In my book I go extensively on this issue, how to be social and build a great network. One of the most important things is listen more than you talk. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen, be empathetic. Ask questions about people you know. Because once you are interested in other people's lives, they will be interested in you. It doesn't mean you have to go on for hours, but ask questions. How's your girlfriend? How's your wife? How's your kid? How's whatever? And remember names, because every one of us loves their name. There's a woman I used to be with, and I used to use her name, and I used to tell her not once or twice, and I used to use her name, I'm not going to use it here, that I love your name. It excites me. And for that she blushed. We as people want to feel significant to others. And if you do not have the skill or the capacity or the willingness to make other people feel important, in return they'll make you insignificant. Now it doesn't mean you have to do that to strangers obviously, but especially to people that are close to you. Now on the other hand, flip side, you can't overdo it because that's too much. But giving a nice little compliment from time to time, like I do in my school, I give a compliment here and there to people that are improving. I tell them you've done well, you danced well, or whatever. A little compliment. Just last week a guy came up to me and said to me, John, thank you so much for saying XYZ about my dancing. You made me feel much, much better, and you encouraged me. I'm not telling you here to draw my ticket, because nobody gives a shit. But you have to give a compliment in due course to the right people at the right time. Obviously, you're not going to do that in a public format where it's going to embarrass them. But take them aside and tell them you did well, whatever. Now, obviously, not over the top, but from time to time. And when you give compliments, change the compliments. Don't repeat them. One of the failures of men with women, when they say to a woman, you're beautiful, she's heard it a million times. Change the compliment. Change the times of the compliment. Sometimes don't give compliments. But if you continuously do not give any compliments at all, we are dying for approval. All of us. Everything we do is to get approval. Even this video now, I'm looking for your approval. There's nothing wrong with that. The point is this: doing it a little bit is great, but over the top is narcissistic. That's another video that's going to come in soon. So, to be social, give a little compliment here and there, hold eye contact, smile, answer what they say when they tell you something. I see what you're saying, and use the most important word that I've used many, many times. Even though you don't, I understand. Even if you don't, because it can be a lot of times a woman or a guy will tell you something and you won't understand because you either don't give a shit or you really don't get it. From time to time, say the following words: I understand, and look at them in the eye. Because we're all looking to be understood. And when somebody understands you, or they at least think you understand them, your value will go up significantly in their eyes. So that's a little bit on social, how to become social. And the second one, how to handle problems. Reason people turn into drugs because they look at their problems and they don't find solutions. Like I said earlier, we hear about all sorts of things we study, but nobody teaches us how to handle problems. For starters, when you have a problem, divide those problems into small steps. Because when you see a big problem, it's very difficult. If you've got a big exam or a big issue, divide them. If you've got to read a book of 300 pages, divide that book into 100, meaning 3 pages. Every day, read 3 or 5 pages, and then you're going to get there. Small steps eventually will get you there. Okay? Divide all your problems into smaller things. I did a video about this a long time ago. Now take your problems, divide it into 3 categories. Number 1, long term, middle term, and short term. Let's say you have 30 issues you have to deal with. 10 of them will be long term, meaning 2-3 months later. 10 of them, for example, will be middle term, meaning in 2-3 weeks. And you've got 10 problems that are immediate. Focus on the things that are immediate. It's not that you should know the others, but focus mainly on these. And even when you have those immediate ones within the next week, divide it into 2 categories. Immediate meaning next 2-3 days, and immediate, not within a week. And when you divide these problems, you'll be able to see things clearer. Because one of the things where we get depressed is because our reality is fogged. And when our reality is fogged and we cannot see solutions, or at least see hope, that's when people get depressed. They turn into drugs, they go into gamble, porno, gambling, you name it, all sorts of addiction. Now I'm not here to judge, because who the hell am I to judge? God didn't make me His deputy. I'm here on this channel, not once or twice. I'm here for you, to help you. I want to make you a better man or a better woman. What you do with this information is entirely up to you. But I've dedicated my life to write my book and to help you. But at the same time, you have to help yourself. So these are the reasons why so many people get into drugs, get into gambling, get into alcohol, because they have problems and they're trying to run away from their problems, when in reality we cannot run away from our problems. You may be able to delay them, but the longer you delay them, sometimes these problems become worse and worse, and eventually it's going to explode. All of us are dealing at one stage or another with major issues, including me. But if you do not take action, you stay idle, you make the problem worse and worse and worse. A real man or real woman is the one that is proactive. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to solve all your problems and everything's going to be lovey-dovey all the time. Because if I said that, we both know I'm telling you fibs. But the point is this: proactive will get you there. Proactive will get you to 80% where you want to be. Proactive will get you that goal. Proactive will solve most of your issues, and you'll be a better man, a better woman, and you'll love living in your own skin. So I really, really hope you enjoy this. Subscribe to our channel for great content on all issues of life. As you're watching this video, I'm overseas, so we're going to have only one video a week on the Thursdays 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time till I come back, because I've got an issue I have to fix. I'll be back in 3-4 weeks, but in the meantime, I'm pre-recording this video, so there will still be a video every week on Thursdays. Thank you very much. If you've got any issue whatsoever, email me at john@sosdaddy.com. I can change your life. The question is, do you want to? Or are you going to keep doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting a miracle to happen? Miracles happen in the Bible. Miracle happens to those that take action. Thank you very much, as always. You know I am? I'm your friend, Johnny Forgan, that just tells you it the way it is. Thank you.